Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Babcock, and welcome Gladiator Stadium in Hayward. It's homecoming here at Chabot, and both these teams are hungry for a win. It's the 15th game between these two schools. Chabot leads the series 8-6. Last year, Modesto snapped a 4-game losing streak, beating Chabot 52-7. Thanks for streaming in on NorCal Sports TV, the streaming home of Modesto JC football this season. Modesto JC is 3-4 and 1-1 in conference. Before this, we will go to our national anthem. Modesto is 3-4 and 1-1 in conference. The Pirates turned the ball over 5 times last week in their 44-28 loss to Fresno City. They have some starters out this week, so the coaching staff had to go deep into the depth chart to get some new starters today. How will the Pirates regroup? Let's go find out and go down on the field with Daniel Burrell.
Hi, I'm here with Rusty Stivers, Modesto head coach. Coach, you guys had a tough game last week. What can the Pirates do to bounce back this week?
We had to take care of the ball. We had 5 turnovers. Put our defense in bad field position. So we talked to the team, the offense, that they have the program in their hands. We're going to take care of the football, and hopefully we can do that today.
Now, you guys gave up 40-plus points last week. What are you looking for from your defense tonight?
I told the team that the reason why our defense struggled is because we gave them so many opportunities in their own red zone, giving up the ball. I think they had under 50 yards rushing. And so it was all in the air, and it was really them playing on a short field. So we got to take care of the ball, play the field position game, and give our defense a better chance at playing defense.
Thank you for your time, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Chabot's 1-6 and it's lost its first 2 conference games by a combined score of 77-14. Coach Fanini looks to get his Gladiators back on track tonight. One of those is quarterback Jonathan O'Brien from Moron O'Brien in Chabot. Let's go on the field to Coach Fanini, who's with Daniel Burrell.
Hi, I'm here with Chabot's head coach, Coach Fanini. Coach, we know your starting quarterback missed last week's game. Will he get the start tonight?
He's not. He's going to be not suited up. He's not ready to go. So one more week, he'll be back for Sequoias.
What is in the game plan to create some offense tonight?
We've got to protect our quarterback, our backup Vondell, and throw the ball successfully.
Thank you for your time, and good luck tonight.
Coach Stivers' keys for Modesto, time of possession, not really a stat he's been concerned with, but they need to run the clock and possess the ball. Field position, offense has had 22 turnovers, thus putting the defense in tough situations. They'll celebrate the punt versus fumble turnover, forcing Chabot to drive the field. And the third key, score 1 more point than Chabot. They're looking for a victory tonight on the road. Chabot to receive the kick. And he's tackled right around the 20-yard line. DJ Johnson with the return. And the ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Vondell Pilcher is the quarterback, making his second straight start. Jonathan O'Brien was hurt, concussed during the Fresno City game. did practice this week, but wasn't ready to play tonight. So Coach Fanini will go with Pelcher. Little run to the right side, not much there. D'Angelo with the carry. He had 15 carries for 59 yards last week against Delta. Chabot has struggled to run the football. They are 64th in the state in rushing, and they'll have 3 rushing touchdowns and less than 68 yards a game. Little fly sweep. Nice cut back inside, and he'll get close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. Nice carry by Malik Henderson. Oh, he's got enough for the first down, and that'll move the chains. Henderson making contributions via the run. Didn't have any catches last week. Big gain inside. D'Angelo once again. Now, we had mentioned Chabot had really struggled running the football, but this is the kind of start that Coach Fanini is looking for to be able to establish the pass. But as so often happens with the struggling team, we'll have a little bit of success. Boy, did we have that last night at Monte Vista, but not my woes. But they run off a couple of big plays, and then they're whistled for the procedure. Brian Michelson is our referee tonight. There's the starters for Chabot. O'Brien didn't get the start. We thought he might get the start tonight. Again, Pelcher in at quarterback. D'Angelo picks up 3, and it'll be 2nd and 12. And the tackle was made by Paul Freehoff, and he likes playing against Chabot. Last year had a 65-yard pick 6 in the 52-7 victory against the Gladiators. 3 receivers to the right. Samuel Adams will act as a tight end, and a single receiver split out wide to the left. Pelcher rolling to his right, doesn't see any openings, and pushes upfield. Short gain, Mustafa Johnson with the tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. And in the past, we've seen this. You watch number 31, Robbie Huddleston, probably be coming here on a blitz. And he does. And he takes on the blocker. Pelcher gets around edge. We've got a catch there by number 14, Camille Austin. But I believe he's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2, and wouldn't be surprised. Oh, they called it incomplete. And Chabot immediately on the football. Substitution, mass confusion here. And we got a timeout. Modesto Junior College Football is brought to you by Big Island Movers, you go to for prompt and professional moving services in Modesto and beyond. American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 30 years in Northern California. Meeting Rooms on Demand, great value and rates in the Bay Area and Fresno.
Hey Joseph, can you get a shot of Coach Calcagno? After this play, it's fine.
In the white visor, that's Dan Calcagno, was the head coach last year, and they've called him into service this year to be the offensive coordinator. Hines will call for the fair catch just inside the 10-yard line where the Pirates will take over. And the Pirates' offensive starters, led by quarterback Dan Velasquez, had 2 interceptions last week, and Modesto did turn the ball over 5 times. Devin Bass, who's rushed for over 100 yards in 4 consecutive games, he's given the inside run, and not much room there. And then the Chabot defensive starters, Harrison Mayo with the tackle. He had 2 tackles for loss versus Delta. Three receivers at the top of your screen, speed option to your right. And Bass plows ahead for 7 yards. Now, Bass did have a good game last week, but he fumbled twice. He had over 100 yards rushing and over 100 yards receiving, but he's got to do a better job of possessing the football. He's lost a total of 4 fumbles this season. Speaking of turnovers, Modesto has turned the ball over 22 times already this year. Last year, the whole season only turned it over 13. Velasquez with the quarterback keeper, and depending on where the spot is, and I think they're going to be just short, and Modesto will punt. And Modesto has struggled punting the football this year. Lucas Johnston, this will be his 3rd game. Now, Coach Stivers was talking this week in our preparation about we're going to celebrate the punt versus turning the football over. Well, we'll see what kind of punt they have here. Try to flip field position. And we've got a penalty. If it's offsides on Chabot, it'll be a first down for Modesto, but more than likely a procedure penalty, and it is. So now he'll be close to taking that snap into his end zone. Johnston is only averaging 26 yards a punt. And that kick is short. And DJ Johnson with the fair catch, and Chabot will get great field position as they start at the 36-yard line. Big Island Movers is a fully licensed and insured full-service moving company in Modesto. For over 10 years, we have provided friendly, reliable moving services in Central California. The driving force behind our business is passion behind what we do. At Big Island Movers, we are big on experience, big on value, and huge on service. Give us a call today at 209-522-5959, 209-522-5959, or BigIslandMovers.com. Big Island Movers, Kaimana, wanna move ya. Chabot back on the field for their second possession, and they're on the 36-yard line. We expect them to continue with that run game, and then D'Angelo cuts back and cuts to the outside, and he picks up a big chunk of yardage. $26-yard gain on first down. And Chabot is only averaging 67 yards, and they nearly already have that here in the first quarter, which is not a good sign for Modesto's defense. And Chabot has one of the highest scoring percentages in the state when they get in the red zone. But as they have in the prior possession, they have success, they get a big run, and then they have a procedure penalty. So now it'll be 1st and goal at the 15. And they like to work the middle of the field here with their receivers and some crossing routes. Jet sweep, and he's doing a lot of running, but nothing upfield, as Modesto does a good job of playing along the line of scrimmage. Henderson ran for about 22 yards, but he lost 1. At some point, you got to plant your foot in the ground and get upfield. He actually lost 3 yards on the play. So Chabot got in the red zone he got under the 10, and they're going the wrong way. 2nd and 18. Second and goal from the 18, rather. I'm Chris Babcock. Thanks for streaming in on NorCal Sports TV. Modesto showing blitz. And they're coming. Little fade route. And that's incomplete. And there's a flag on the field. Might be an interference call. And as we've seen all year, there's always plenty of yellow flags on the field throughout our games. Just a simple fade route thrown on a quick snap. And here's Brian Michelson with the call. Pass interference on Modesto, and it'll be a new set of downs, and the ball will be spotted at the 3-yard line. They score 78% of their time when they get in the red zone. Pelcher with the carry. And he's met by one of the stalwarts of the defense for Modesto, Mustafa Johnson. And it's 2nd and 5. Turn on the lights. Second and goal from the 5. Pelcher back to pass. Flat route. Dangerous throw. Dangerous throw as he's backpedaling. And it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Pelcher calling out the cadence. He's back to pass. And he scrambles to his left and just throws it away. And Chabot will bring on their kicker. Jason Castro, who's 1 of 3 this year. We got a flag on the field. And we haven't gone, I don't believe we've gone more than 3 consecutive plays without getting a penalty. And this might be a post-play penalty. And when those, it's usually an unsportsmanlike, and it's usually a automatic first down. And waiting for the call from Brian Michelson. Unsportsmanlike conduct. And but yet it's still 4th down. So we'll have to figure out what happened with that. But nevertheless, Castro will come on for the kick as Chabot looks to get on the scoreboard. And they do. Well, Chabot takes advantage of the short punt and drives 34 yards to open up the scoring as they lead 3-0. American Asphalt has been serving Northern California for over 30 years. American Asphalt takes great pride in making every job their best job. If you need help with your shopping center, commercial property, homeowner association, or special project, American Asphalt is the company to partner with. When you contact American Asphalt, tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV. Please call us at 800-541-5559, 800-541-5559, or reach us at AmericanAsphalt.com. American Asphalt, taking care of business. 6-play, 34-yard drive culminated with a Castro field goal. And Chabot gets off the snide. They were shut out last week, and nothing better than to build the confidence of your team to get points on the board early and running the football. As we mentioned, they're averaging less than 70 yards per carry, and they've had some big runs, got inside the red zone, a little pooch kick. Not much room there. Joseph Sheldon, backup quarterback, I think he was more shocked than anything else to get that kick. And Modesto will take over. At some point, Modesto's going to bring in an extra offensive lineman. Bootleg, Velasquez doesn't have anywhere to throw and just goes out of bounds. That's a good decision. And normally we've seen Velasquez do a lot of scrambling and trying to make a heroic play. It's first down. Don't take a risk. Just simply run out of bounds. And it's 2nd and 10. Live for another play. Modesto right back up on the football. New starter tonight in the slot is Jonah Lewis, number 83. Tiki Tonga's banged up a little bit, but he is blocking on that play. Little stay screen. And Michael Thompson, the team's leading receiver, gets enough for the first down. Thompson had 5 catches for 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, including an 80-yarder. Lewis in motion. Velasquez back to pass. He's got the 8 route, but Chabot has got good coverage. Kareem Khalil, good coverage there. And nice play fake by Velasquez, and more importantly, throwing the ball on time. And if it's not there, throw it away. Not every play is a parade. 4 wideouts for Modesto, 2 on each side, and Bass will protect for Velasquez. More than likely a little inside run, and that's what it is Bass bounces outside, and he picks up 13 yards, and then it'll be another first down. Little inside run, and Bass just kept running along the line of scrimmage and eventually planted his foot and got up the field. He's been the workhorse these last 4 games, as we've mentioned, over 100 yards, 4 straight games. Velasquez, the pump and the go, nothing there, and he runs and is tackled by Mayo once again, but he won't get credit for the sack because Velasquez picked up 1 yard. But he's trying to throw the ball on time, and as you've streamed in all season long, Dan is known for scrambling, but sometimes plays aren't there, and I credit the young man seeing some growth here just tonight. 2nd and 9, speed option again. Bass cuts inside, finishes with the forward lean, and will pick up 6. It'll be a 3rd and 2 mass substitutions for Chabot, and Modesto will try to go right up on the football and catch him in a substitution. 3 receivers out to the left. Bass inside run, and he fumbles, and that's recovered. That's not a good sign, as Bass has lost 4 fumbles this season. But sometimes, Coach Stivers had talked about time of possession, but yet they hurried there, and that play seemed hurried, and no shock that the ball was on the ground. Now, Velasquez typically, here will be in the short snap and will punt the football. And he's averaging 47 yards a punt. So it's not a bad move. But there goes speed option, and he carries it, and he's upfield. The 15, the 20, and he's tackled around the 12-yard line. Should be the 20 than the 15, but the old football coach couldn't make that call. But Velasquez, big run on fourth down. But most of the time this year, they're in that formation. They do the pooch punt. Inside run by Noah Prius, and he picks up a great gain on first down as Modesto comes right back after the Chabot field goal. And Coach Fonini will have to call a timeout because they had too many guys on the field. Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide unprecedented value for small businesses. Locations in Fremont, Oakland, Fresno, and Las Vegas. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com and tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. Great rates and value. Meeting Rooms on Demand. We've had friends and family affected by the devastating fires in Mendocino, Lake Napa, and Sonoma County. We pray for their recovery, and here is how you can help. Click or text to give. Visit redcross.org, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or text the words CA Wildfires to 90999. American Red Cross. After the Chabot timeout, Pirates get right back up the football, and Prius with the inside run, and he's tackled rudely. And it'll be a third and short. Modesto and their tempo offense. And this is where they brought in the extra offensive lineman. And they'll pick up enough to gain for the first down and be just short of the first down. But Coach Stivers had talked about them bringing in a extra offensive lineman, and indeed they've done that and taking out one of their eligible receivers. And that's been their best asset, has been their offensive line. Prius dances around, and he's just short of the goal line. It'll be second and goal. Now, this is when you're in the shotgun. It's tough to run the quarterback sneak. If you're getting the center to quarterback exchange, it'd be easy to sneak. Second and short. And Prius. As the officials get together, I don't understand why we just wouldn't call this immediately. Well, it's short of the goal. It's third down. Once, twice, three times a lady. Touchdown, Pirates. Noah Prius with the 1-yard touchdown after a 70-yard drive. A big run on fourth down by Dan Velasquez was the big play in that drive. Daniel Bravo in for the kick. And the kick is good as Modesto answers Chabot's drive with the 1-yard touchdown plunge. Scores of other games: Los Medanos over Foothill in overtime, or Foothill over Los Medanos 27-26. San Mateo over City College of San Francisco 42-31. In a big upset, Siskiyou over Sac City 47-13. West Hills over Hartnell 24-7. Monterey Peninsula 24-20 over my College of the Redwoods Corsairs. Butte over Sierra 55-28, and Santa Rosa gets their first win of the season with their 24-20 victory over Diablo Valley College. 14 play, 77-yard drive, time of possession 4 minutes and 44 seconds. The big play of the drive, a 31-yard run on fourth down by Dan Velasquez. And when Velasquez is running for big yardage, Modesto is picking up big points this season. Bravo will kick. Little squib kick. And running side to side and just running out of bounds. Number 9, DJ Johnson. And Chabot will take over on the 22-yard line. Chabot scored on their last drive on a field goal by Castro, and they've done a good job of establishing their running game, which they've struggled with all year. So see if that can help their play-action pass. Penalty on the field, D'Angelo with the handoff, and he has spent a lot of time in the defense or in the offensive backfield. Mustafa Johnson, who has 8.5 tackles for losses, and he's tied with Robbie Huddleston with 4.5 sacks. Maybe it's offsides on Modesto. Maybe that's why they made such a big play in the backfield, and that's what they're marching off. It'll be 1st and 5. Four wideouts for Chabot. 2-by-2 formation with D'Angelo in the backfield, Pelcher again at quarterback. Fly sweep handoff. And Henderson picks up about 4. And it's enough for a first down. And Chabot in black will get right back up on the football. Play pass. Pelcher. Nice deep. And he's still running. That's a guy they like to target, and we'll see if we can get that on replay. That's Ryan Silva's, and it's a deep in route, but when he got tackled, he landed on the defender, and nobody had blown the whistle. Chabot right back on the ball. D'Angelo, and he picks up 9 yards. Silva's with the big gain, and when he's in the game, they like to throw him the football. He works very well over the middle of the field. Modesto showing blitz. Pelcher to Silva's, his second consecutive catch. And he picks up another first down. So final, Laney over Fresno, 30-23, which still gives title hopes for Modesto because they play at Laney next Friday night. Of course, they've got to win this game. A lot of time left. Gladiators driving. Keon Suber with the 4-yard gain on first down. The voice of St. Mary's basketball college basketball. Alex Jensen will be doing the play-by-play next week as I coach the Monte Vista Mustangs in their regular season finale against Cal High. Pelcher to Adams. Touchdown! 10-yard pass from Pelcher to Samuel Adams. And it's not the beer, it's the tight end with the catch. And Chabot answers. And they don't, Adams is more of a glorified offensive lineman, but not here. Runs a little seam route, gets his hands up, makes a nice play, gets both feet down, and Chabot answers. And hopefully we brought enough scoring summary sheets for this one tonight. Still 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Castro on for the extra point. That time showed the effects of the success of the running game, and that's blocked. And Modesto picks it up. We've already got a flag on the field. He's going to go to the house, but it might be called back. That's Isaiah Price with the return, but there is a penalty flag on the field. It was a 100-yard return, but he picked it up all the way over on the C on the opposite sideline, the Modesto sideline. So it was more like a 154-yard return. And we'll get the number of penalties, but I know we're in double figures easily. And it might be a 40 penalty night. Now, I'm not out saying that to jinx it. I'm just making a prediction. Unless, I don't know what the flag was. I don't know what the signal was. I don't know if it was illegal participation. Well, we're going to do our best, Vin Scully, and make a note of that missed extra point because it'll come up later for another note. So Modesto blocks the extra point. They returned it back. Would have been a 2-point play, but there was a penalty, I believe, on the return. I don't even know exactly what the signal was, but Chabot answers after the Pirates' 74-yard drive. Chabot comes back and scores. And Chabot answers with a 78-yard drive of their own. And we mentioned several times Chabot averaging less than 70 yards rushing, and we'll get the statistics. Little pooch kick again to the backup quarterback, and he returns it almost, it's like Groundhog's Day. He did the same path of travel and got no yardage, but importantly caught the football, and Modesto will take over at the 28-yard line. That's the backup quarterback. Modesto, 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Lewis in motion, and he's got the ball on a jet sweep and just running. You got to push and go north and south. That jet sweep will get grounded for a 2-yard loss, and that'll be the end of the first quarter as Chabot leads Modesto 9-7. Modesto Junior College Football is brought to you by Big Island Movers, you go to for prompt and professional moving services in Modesto and beyond. American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 30 years in Northern California. Meeting rooms on demand, great value and rates in the Bay Area and Fresno. Modesto will, when they set the chains, will be at 2nd and 12. And the keys for Chabot coming in the game was protect the quarterback. So far, he's stayed upright, get off the field on defense. Didn't happen on that last drive, and win the special teams battle. Well, they forced the short punt, took advantage of the short field on their first score of the game, and we'll see what happens. Little bubble screen to Jonah Lewis, and he'll pick up 7 yards, and that's just a part of the offense that really hasn't clicked this season, is the effectiveness of that screen game, because the screen game will open up a number of layers off that bubble screen and turn into some crossing routes, etc. Modesto on their 2x2 set, third and 5, very manageable down. Late arrival on Chabot Airlines. Velasquez. And he gets the first down. Velasquez to Josh Taylor. Taylor had a touchdown reception against Fresno last week. Bass inside run, and he stopped for a short gain. Lewis making his first start of the season. 2nd and 9. Bass in motion, and Velasquez has that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Chabot trying to get off the field here. Chabot struggling to rush the football this year. Yeah, right. Tonight, have 74 yards in the first quarter. They only average 68. So the offensive coaches did a good job this week of pressing the running game, and so far that hard work has paid off. Only 11 yards. Actually, that's from Modesto Junior College. Velasquez with the 9 route, and that ball is deflected. Devin Bass, a good receiver. Chabot, 74 yards rushing, 55 yards passing, and 7 minutes and 45 seconds on the time of possession as Chabot gets off the field on 4th down. For Modesto, 73 yards rushing, 11 yards passing, 5 penalties. So we have a total of 7 penalties so far tonight, but no turnovers. Johnston with an end-over-end that takes a somewhat friendly bounce and will be spotted on the 20-yard line. But that stat of 74 yards rushing for Chabot really helped their passing game on their last scoring drive. Chabot back on offense. And they were shut out last week and were able to put up 9 points in the first quarter. Have to be concerned about that blocked extra point, though. Those always seem to come back later and affect the team. I believe that was D'Angelo, and nice job by the defensive line of Modesto of getting penetration. Javon Woods with the tackle. Jesse Flores is starting tonight at nose guard for all-conference nose guard Big Rob Luckett. Luckett has been a stalwart for a season plus for the Pirates. 2nd and 12. Pelcher back to pass. Scrambles to his left and just throws it away. And we've got a flag on the field, and I believe it's an illegal lineman downfield, number 73. He's thinking the quarterback's going to scramble and run, so he's going to block. And we'll see what the call is. No, it's a hold. Well, 73 was 5 yards up the field. They usually give you a, and then we also have a sideline warning on Chabot. So the holding penalty is declined, and it's 3rd and long, and see if the Pirates dial up a Jolly Roger blitz here. Watch for Huddleston, 31, coming off the right side of the Chabot offense. Well, Chabot playing a little bit of field position, not putting their quarterback at risk. Run the draw to D'Angelo. He doesn't get much, but versus taking a risk and taking a sack and punting that ball within your own end zone, Chabot makes the decision just to run it and punt. And those are the things, talking to Coach Fanini this week. They try to run too much offense last week. And there's a sign where the coaches understand, hey, we're 3rd and long, it's going to be, and we've got to delay a game. Understanding the situation, instead of putting the young quarterback and maybe calling an all go and everybody go deep, hey, let's run it inside and 12 man on the field. Well, usually when the back judge throws a flag, it's a delay of game, but definitely showed their ability to count to 11 and beyond there. A little bit better field position for Chabot to punt. That snap, but the punter does a great job, because it could have been disastrous for Chabot, but Hulo Tagalu, credit him with the athletic play of, could have been a snap over his head, makes the catch, gets the ball off, and not the best of punts, but it could have been a blocked and return or a possible safety. And see if the Pirates go a little play pass here to Thompson. Now speed option left. Bass running downhill. Takes on a couple of Chabot defenders and picks up 7. Good gain on 1st down. Modesto, one of the best rushing teams in the state. Little stay screen to Josh Taylor, his 2nd reception of the game, and that'll move the chains for the Pirates in white. Velasquez with the keeper avoids one tackler, and that time the corner gets a hold of him and makes the tackle, and see where the ball is spotted. Looks like it'll just be around the 24-yard line. Good gain on 1st down by Velasquez. Is a good runner, really good in tight quarters. And he showed that ability there. Bass. Tackled inside the 5. The ball will be marked at the 4-yard line as Modesto gets right back up on the football. Feed the Bass. And he's stopped at the 1. Bass with the Marcus Allen-like leap with the touchdown. That's his 9th touchdown rushing of the season. And the Pirates go the length of the field, and Bravo will come on for the PAT. No, looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. They got a lot of stuff in their treasure chest when they get down to the goal line like this. They'll throw to a down man, and there they go. Oh, timeout, timeout, Chabot. That was the same play that they had set up. Oh, delay a game. That's the same play they had set up for the 2-point play against American River. And American River called the timeout wisely because Modesto would have won the football game. Well, the Pirates do their best to make this a little bit more difficult. But the play was set up. The defense was what they needed. It just didn't get it snapped. The ball snapped before the play clock expired. Take 2. Bass with the catch. And just short. Chabot with the stop. So Chabot misses extra point, and then Modesto goes for 2, and they don't get their extra point. And those are a couple things to make note of as we go on the game. But nevertheless, the Pirates answer with a long touchdown drive, mixing pass and run. And it is now 13-9. Big Island Movers is a fully licensed and insured full-service moving company in Modesto. For over 10 years, we've provided friendly, reliable moving services in Central California. The driving force behind our business is passion behind what we do. At Big Island Movers, we are big on experience, big on value, and huge on service. Give us a call today, 209-522-5959, 209-522-5959, or BigIslandMovers.com. Big Island Movers, Kaimana, want to move ya. Modesto, 6-play, 46-yard drive. Devin Bass, 20-yard run was the big play. And that's Bass' 9th touchdown of the season. And he's well on his way for his 5th consecutive 100-yard rushing night. And just to mention, I like to mention this, Modesto gets the ball to start the second half. Well, Coach, he's still got a whole quarter left. Yeah, but I like to mention that because there's always a chance you score on that last possession. You get to go, what I say, winners outs. Bravo with the kick. Nice kick. A lot of green out in front for DJ Johnson, who's averaging 19 yards a return. Well, he got that and then some with the near 50-yard return and puts Chabot right back in the driver's seat. Don't see many white jerseys in the frame. There's 4 or 5, and then the rest of them disappear for a while. And DJ Johnson working his miracle there. Bravo with the open field tackle saves the touchdown. And a lot of times when the ball is kicked to the opposite hash, the kickoff team running up the right side just collapses versus breaking down around the 15-yard line and waiting for the cutback. Well, when he cut back, it was a wide open area of green plastic turf, and Chabot right back in business. We've got some tangled chains. And the play clocks are out, so the back judge will be giving a 5-second signal call. Pelcher at quarterback. Little 9 route. Malik Langan. No catches last week versus Delta, but has 25 receptions on the season with 3 touchdowns. Pretty good coverage by the Pirates. Taking a shot on the sudden transition. William Johnson on the coverage. D'Angelo with the carry. He picks up a couple yards, and Silva's in the game, number 28. And when he came in the last time, they threw him the ball a couple of times. So defensively, you've got to be aware of number 28. He's a chain mover. Pirates showing the official is giving a hand count in the back, and it's going to be no penalty. Pelcher sprints to his right and just throws that one away. The Pirates showed a lot of different looks. They were showing coming off the edge. They were dropping in the coverage. They were pressing the receivers. This is all as the play clock's going, and then the offensive coordinator, Dan Calcano, he's going to make a decision about what they're doing, and I think they were a little indecisive in that play. Sometimes you just got to run your best play. Pelcher throws it away, 4th and 9, and Tagalu in the game and see if he can flip this field for Chabot. Bad snap, slow rollers, off to his right. And it takes a Chabot bounce, and it'll be spotted at the 23-yard line. American Asphalt has been serving Northern California for over 30 years. American Asphalt takes great pride in making every job their best job. When you contact American Asphalt, tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV, 800-541-5559, 800-541-5559, or reach us at AmericanAsphalt.com. American Asphalt, taking care of business. Two-by-two set for Modesto. Velasquez has nowhere to go as Chabot gets in the backfield. Number 44 or number 43, Osborne Sutini leads the team with 5.5 tackles for losses, make it 6.5, and he also, that's his third sack of the season. 3-by-1 set for the Pirates. Second and long. Now you want to try to get the first, but you don't want to turn over the football here. Speed option left. Bass gets to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Pirates. And we've got an injured Gladiator on the field. That's number 54, Nimi Palatoni, is being attended to by the Chabot athletic trainers. We'll give you some finals here. Foothill over Los Medanos College. Siskiyou upset Sac City 47-13. Monterey Peninsula 24-20 over Redwoods. West Hills 24-7. City College lost to San Mateo 42-31. Butte over Sierra 55-28. Last night Santa Rosa beat DVC, and Laney beat Fresno. Velasquez back to pass, scrambles to his left, nowhere to run, and he's going to be called for the intentional grounding there. And credit Chabot for not taking the cheese. So often teams that have played Modesto have got out of their rushing lanes. Actually, it was a holding penalty. And Velasquez has found room to run. But tonight, for the most part, Chabot has done a good job of rushing the quarterback, but not only rushing the quarterback, doing it with discipline. Was a holding call. It was declined. And Johnston in to punt. And Johnson back to return. He breaks a tackle, but ends up benefiting. But then we've got a flag on the field. But Johnson took it at the 32 and then broke out of a tackle, but might have ended up losing 5 yards. And we'll see what the call is. Might be a personal foul after the play. I'm Chris Babcock. You're watching NorCal Sports TV, the streaming home of Modesto Junior College football. Personal foul on Chabot, so they'll march this back 15 yards, and this drive will start at the 15-yard line. That's not winning the special teams game there, and that's the type of punt game and punting that Modesto has been looking for all year. That's called flipping the field, and it gives the opportunity for Modesto to force Chabot to drive the length of the field. And they've got some playmakers. They have the ability to get to the quarterback. Last week, so often they were put in short field situations, and Fresno City's got a great play-action pass game, and they took advantage. They completed 15 passes, 5 of which were touchdowns. Pelcher. D'Angelo picks up a couple of yards. Modesto, the last couple of drives, has done a better job up front and not allowing the first down chain moving runs. 2nd and 9. Chabot would like to pick up 5 here. Little swing route. And a great effort that time by Malik Henderson. Had 5 catches versus Delta, but a returning sophomore, but yet hasn't had a touchdown reception yet this season. 3rd and 1 for Chabot. 3-by-1 formation. Adams is close as a wing. Back to pass on 3rd and 1, and it's a 9 route, and it goes incomplete, and there's a flag on the field. 2 flags on the field. And Chabot taking the gamble on 3rd and short. And the pass interference will give a 1st down. And that's the gunslinger attitude of Chabot. It's 3rd and 1, and you think they might just go for the 1st down, but they run the 9 route, and it was incomplete to Lingham, but they got the pass interference, and it's a 1st down. D'Angelo, running behind his blockers with a lot of patience, picks up 5, maybe 6 yards. And we've got another holding penalty, and it'll be 1st and 20 for Chabot. Now, this really limits your play calling, and it limits your running the football. Belcher with a seam route, and that is incomplete. Second and 20. D'Angelo, and that's a tackle for a loss by Modesto. I believe it was Robbie Huddleston, pursuing with passion, relentless motor, and gets the TFL, and it's 3rd and long. Now, if you're Modesto, you don't get beat on a double move. You don't get beat on a screen. You don't get beat on a draw here. You got to know where the chains are and play situational football. And if you're Pelcher for Chabot, you don't want to take a chance here. And it was a play-action pass, but team sack for the Pirates, a number of players there on the pile, and it's 4th and forever. Now, we've seen these situations where somebody will come in from Modesto and try to block the punt, and it's 4th and forever and get a penalty and give them a 1st down. Situational football, award your defense, play a safe punt, get this ball on that side of the 50 and get your offense rolling again. Tagaloo back to punt. And that ball will take a Chabot bounce and will continue to roll. Be spotted at the 28-yard line. That's a good job by Chabot of flipping the field. Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide unprecedented value for small businesses. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com. Tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. Locations in Fremont, Oakland, Fresno, and Las Vegas. Great rates and value. Meeting Rooms on Demand. Bass with a 7-yard gain. And we've got a Chabot player down on the field. And that's Harrison Mayo, who's made a number of plays defensively tonight for the Gladiators. You think these community college coaches put in a lot of time and effort and passion and time away from your family? Well, the story of head coach of Chabot, Eric Fanini, he was the last head coach at Marin Junior College, then went on to be an assistant at Santa Rosa JC, where he attended junior college, then to Mendocino College, which is up in Ukiah near the Broiler Steakhouse. Yet he never gone to the Broiler Steakhouse. I've been there several times. Then he came down after the coaching staff was changed at Mendocino to be a assistant for Dan Calcagno, and then he was hired last year. At all this time residing in Burlingame, that is a lot of driving. So now if you asked him, Coach Fanini, where are you coming from to get over here to Hayward? And he drives from Burlingame. Now others would say that's a long commute, but they don't know the rest of the story that we just gave you. Just loves the game. A very understanding wife, Sue, who is also a coach. She's the co-head volleyball coach here at Chabot. So puts in a lot of time. And I love talking to him this week. He just said last week, offensively, they tried to do too much as Mayo is helped off the field. This week they dialed things back. They had an emphasis, a practice of taking advantage of situations and trying to grind out and get the running game going. Well, that goal has been matched. They've had success of running the football tonight. Michael Thompson breaking tackles, and what was just a short little pass, Michael Thompson doing his best dancing on the sidelines and picks up a big gain, and Modesto is in Chabot territory. Bass with the run before the chains even get set, and he picks up 9. And Coach Stiver said time of possession was an important stat he was concerned with. Well, he's not showing it. They're playing a little tempo, and they're taking advantage of. Bass off, Prius in at tailback. Velasquez with the quarterback run, and he's tackled just short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and short for the Pirates. Might be their last possession of the half, and remember, they get the ball to start the second half. Prius picks up 7 and will move the chains. And the chains are set as we approach the 2-minute mark here at Gladiator Stadium on the campus of Chabot College. Little play pass, little quick screen, and they pick up 8 yards on the play. Josh Taylor, nice blocking out in space there by the wide receivers. Bass. And for the, just gets inside the ball, spotted real close to the goal line, I think at the 2. And the Pirates get right back under the center, or right back on the football. And Bass, for the 10th time this season, finds pay dirt, and the Pirates make it 19-9. And we've got another Chabot player hurt. Now, will Coach Stivers go for 2 here? And he'll have a little bit of time to think about it as the athletic trainers help the injured Chabot player. American Red Cross help people affected by the California wildfires. Your donation enables the Red Cross to prepare for, respond to, and help recover from these disasters. Call, click, or text to give. Visit redcross.org, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or text the word CA Wildfires to 90999. 72-yard drive, 8 plays. Big play on the drive was a Dan Velasquez pass to the Pirates' leading receiver, Michael Thompson, for 31 yards. And then run, and the Pirates get into the end zone to make it 19-9. And the Pirates have not turned over the football tonight, and that's a huge thing, as Darren Souza, the Modesto Junior College statistician, knocks on wood. A typical announcer jinx possibility here. Next week, Modesto will be at Laney, who beat Fresno City College. Laney is one of the top teams in the state, rated number 6 rather, and they are 7-1, and they are 3-0 in conference. So if this score holds, which we have a lot of time, but it would still give the Pirates hope to defend their conference title. So those are some things to consider. But next week we will be at Laney. It'll be Friday night, and the voice of St. Mary's College basketball, Alex Jensen, will be filling in for me, as I will be in Danville coaching the Monte Vista Mustangs in their season finale against the California Grizzlies. Dimitri Munoz being helped off the field, number 48, as Modesto lines up for the PAT. Daniel Bravo in, Tiki Tonga to hold, as the Pirates look to make this 11-point lead. And a benefit for Modesto is they get the opening kick of the second half, as the kick is good to make it 20-9 at halftime. We get to halftime, we'll give you a quick recap of the first half scoring. and we'll take a brief audio break. We're working on some interviews, and then we'll come back with some highlights and statistics and get ready to bring you the second half here from Gladiator Stadium in Hayward on the campus of Chabot College. It's homecoming tonight. We had all these carnival rides out here, and the thing that disappointed me the most, they weren't selling corn dogs. And just a little tip to you, don't call it a fair if you're not selling corn dogs. So don't call it a book fair. You can call it a book fair, but if you're doing a book fair, you got to make sure you're doing corn dogs. I had old players tell me, Coach, I'm going to a college fair. And then I'd ask this guy, and he ended up going to Stanford and playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. Ryan Whalen said, Ryan, are they serving corn dogs? And he said, no. And I said, then, son, don't call it a fair. Daniel Bravo with the kick. And Johnson will take a knee on the touchback, and we've got some extracurricular activities, and that is a double flag special. And in football, as we well know this year, and you probably know before this, it's always the second man that gets caught. And Javi Daly with a little extra play, look at a little extra work after the play, and I believe he is called for the unsportsmanlike, or they call it on the official originally whistled that on, it's on Chabot. But they declined the penalty. Oh, it's offsetting. Okay. So it was, we caught you and we caught them, and you both write 100 sentences and we move on, but nobody loses any yardage. So Chabot has had to use a couple of timeouts, so they only have one left. But if you're Modesto and you can stop them here, you still have all 3 timeouts left. So you might be able to get another possession, depending on what they gain here on first down. Hand off to 2, and he picks up 3, and see if Coach Stivers calls a timeout. He doesn't. He'll just let the clock run. Now, depending on how much they pick up here, but I would not, even though Chabot's in the no huddle, I don't think they're going to be as quick to try to snap this football. They want to drain this clock, and in the worst case, run it out and go in at halftime and make some adjustments. Pelcher with the keeper, and he gains a first down. And the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. He faked the inside run and immediately planted his foot and got upfield, and Chabot with the first down. Pelcher sprints left. Deep out route. Nice timing and catch that time. Malik Henderson with another reception, and we've seen him catch some footballs and run a lot on the fly sweep. And Chabot picks up a couple of big first downs, and all of a sudden knocking on Modesto territory as they're on the 47-yard line. Pelcher throws that one over the head of the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10, but it does stop the clock. And there's another flag on the field, and this might be a post-penalty debate that he lost. William Johnson was over here on the sidelines and maybe was baited into something, but he's immediately substituted for. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty with the clock stopped, and Modesto That's just not smart football there, and it's not even football. It's just having and being disciplined. And Johnson has played some good football this year, but somebody baited him into saying something because that was a quick flag. But Chabot has to call and use their last timeout. They've kicked one field goal, Castro, this year, and that was a 28-yarder. They're nowhere. They're close to that. But now, when they complete passes, they're going to have to get out of bounds. They might have one shot to throw the ball over the middle, but this is where they like to use Ryan Silva's, who's had a couple of catches tonight for first downs. They like to use him over the middle of the field. So you still have time to throw the ball over the middle, but you got to immediately get back up on the football and either do a fire call or have that next play ready to go. And that's easy to do for Chabot because they play hurry up. So it's not going to be a big adjustment for them. 2-by-2 set. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Chabot is out of timeouts. Little trickeration. And it's a deep ball to the middle, and Modesto sniffs that out, and it's intercepted. I believe it's Azell Price with the interception. Well, that's the scouting report, and the guys paying attention to the small details. If this guy's here, they might do this, and Modesto with the big turnover. And that's how you pick up a teammate after the 15-yard penalty, moving the ball to the 32-yard line. The Pirates defense raises that pride Jolly Roger flag, gets the interception, and they'll have the ball with 30 seconds left. With 3 timeouts, that's an eternity for the NASCAR offense. Velasquez back to pass. He steps up in the pocket. A little dump off. Get out of bounds. And he doesn't. Josh Taylor with the catch, but doesn't get out of bounds. And Coach Stivers, I believe Modesto called the timeout. They did. But there's the ability of Dan Velasquez to think on his feet. And that time was a scramble with an immediate decision to dump off the football. But the thing you'd like to see is for him to run out of bounds and preserve that timeout. Because if he runs out of bounds right there, it stopped at 18, maybe 19 seconds. But Modesto's been disciplined of maintaining their timeout, so they still have 2 to go. Well, the clock is being reset to 18 seconds, so they'll pick up a couple of clicks there of the clock. I would expect Thompson to get vertical here. Velasquez back to pass. Thompson on the shallow cross was open. Velasquez didn't throw it, and he might just run out the clock on this play. And that ball goes out of bounds. The throw went out of bounds, and he worked 13 seconds off the clock. So this would be what we all go to church for on Sunday, the Hail Mary. But I imagine they might have a pitch play or something off this. We'll see. You just don't want to take an extra shot in the chin if you're Velasquez. Play pass. And Velasquez. We got a holding penalty. And that'll simply run out the clock in the first half. I'm sure Chabot will decline the penalty. And it is. And we'll go to halftime as Modesto leads Chabot 20-9, and Modesto will get the opening kickoff of the second half. Chabot opened up scoring with a 20-yard field goal, and then Modesto answered with a 1-yard run by Prius, and then Chabot answered Pelcher to Adams, but the extra point was blocked. And then it was Devin Bass with a 1-yard run. Then the 2-point play was unsuccessful. And then Devin Bass with his 10th touchdown of the season. And we're at half, and it's 20-9. We'll take a brief audio break, and then we'll come back with some highlights and second half statistics. You're watching NorCal Sports TV, the streaming home of Modesto Junior College football. We're back here at Gladiator Stadium as Modesto leads Chabot 20-9. First half statistics. Modesto was 79 passing yards and 147 yards via the ground game. Passing yards for Chabot, 74 yards. A great stat for them, 87 yards, as Chabot is only averaging 67 yards per game on the season. Time of possession, 15:47 in favor of Chabot College. Individually, Dan Velasquez, 7 of 13, 79 yards, no interceptions, no turnovers. Devin Bass on his way for his fifth consecutive 100-yard rushing, 16 carries, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns give him a total of 10 on the season. Michael Thompson has 2 catches for 42 yards, one of which for over 30 yards, which set up a Modesto touchdown. And Josh Taylor with 4 receptions for 30 yards. Modesto 9 penalties for a total of 67 yards. For Chabot, Pilcher 5 of 13 for 74 yards and 1 touchdown pass to Sam Adams. Ryan Silvas leads the Gladiators with 2 receptions for 45 yards. D'Angelo with 60 yards rushing for the Gladiators. Laney, if you're just streaming in, Laney with a 30-23 victory over Fresno. Why is that significant? Well, if the Pirates can hold on here tonight, they will still have a chance to defend their Valley Conference championship. The short kick goes to Michael Thompson, and he returns it to the 24-yard line. Other scores, Shasta over San Jose 37-22. Partial score, American River 14-6 over Feather River. Los Medanos lost to Foothill 27-26. Siskiyous over Sac City 47-43. Speed option to Bass, and he's at the century mark with a 7-yard gain. Maybe 6, might be at the 99 mark, but a nice pickup on first down. And Ridley over Cabrillo at the end of first quarter. 7-zip. Catch first, run second, but unfortunately it was the reverse. Run first, drop second, and goes incomplete. Intended receiver, once again, was Michael Thompson. Got to catch that ball with your eyes. And the folks at home saying, how you do that? Well, if you look the ball all the way in, 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch it. And that pass goes incomplete again to Thompson, targeted twice on this drive. And the opening drive of the second half stalls for the Pirates. Bass picked up a nice gain on first down, but 2 incompletions. And Johnston will come in, and DJ Johnson back deep to receive the punt. Johnston averaging less than 26 yards a punt, and that play, bad snap, and Johnston couldn't get it off, and he's tackled. And that isn't a turnover, but it's as good as better than a turnover for Chabot, because they're going to take over on the 14-yard line. And that is a big, big mistake there as the punt team woes continue for the Pirates. Was it Johnston mishandled the snap, and wasn't able to kick it, and this is where Chabot is looking to cash in. And as I mentioned, they're one of the highest percentage of scoring in the red zone in the state. Fly sweep, and that goes nowhere. Malik Henderson, and the Pirates do a good job on first down and actually a tackle for loss. I believe that was Alex Velasquez with the tackle. And this is where they like to go play pass and hit the H-back / tight end. Pilcher throws it into the flat. Henderson, that pass is incomplete, and it's probably better that it was incomplete because it would have been a 4-yard loss. And Delta beat Sequoia is leading Sequoia 21-17 at halftime. Third down here. And Belcher might sprint out here. No, he drops back to pass, a little in screen. But Jesse Flores getting the start for Rob Luckett, and the freshman gets his hands up with the deflection and playing discipline at the line of scrimmage. So often a defensive lineman will try to be a hero, but if you're unblocked, there's a reason for it, and you've got to feel that screen, and Flores did just that. He stopped, got his hands up, and got the pass deflected, and it's fourth down, and Castro in for the 32-yard field goal attempt. And it is going to go left and no good, and the Pirates dodge the cannon bullet shot by the Gladiators, and they will take over after the missed field goal. Well, after Johnston couldn't handle the punt snap, Chabot was inside the red zone, but credit the Pirates for getting and bowing their shoulders back and getting the stop and holding Chabot to no points. Might be Bass right, Bass left here. No, it's a little screen once again out to Josh Taylor, and he makes the catch. And he'll pick up about 6 yards on the play, but the screen game is so important as the Pirates go in deep into this season of trying to get the screen game going, and they've had a couple plays that have hit. Velasquez up the middle, picks up the first down and more. He's at the 40, the 20, and he goes out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. Run, Danny, run, and indeed, he did. Picks up big chunks of yardage there. The fake to Bass and Velasquez with the keeper. And that is a big gain, and that flips the field. And when Velasquez is gaining yards with his feet, he's got to be close now to over 80 yards rushing on the game. Bootleg. Velasquez doesn't have anybody, should just throw the ball away, but he doesn't. Scampers along the sideline and picks up. See where it's spotted. He is so good in tight spaces. I thought he was going to run out of bounds, but he kept doing his Fred Astaire dance along the sidelines, and Bass picks up the first down, and Chabot couldn't get their players off the field, and it'll be an illegal participation, 12 men on the field, I believe. And Modesto, Velasquez picks up the scramble, and Modesto immediately gets on the ball in their tempo offense, and they catch Chabot in substitution mass confusion. Ball at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal for the Pirates. Bass breaks a tackle, and he goes in for his 11th rushing touchdown of the season. Boy, did the Pirates change the direction of this game mighty quickly. They got the stop after the mishandled punt, or the mishandled punt snap, rather. Velasquez with the 2 big runs, and Bass with his 11th touchdown rushing as Bravo comes on to the kick, and the extra point is good, and the Pirates lead Chabot 27-9. Big Island Movers is a fully licensed and insured full-service moving company in Modesto. For over 10 years, we've provided friendly, reliable moving services in Central California. The driving force behind what our business is, passion behind what we do. The Big Island Movers, we are big on experience, big on value, and huge on service. With over 30 years of moving experience and a wide range of services to meet the ever-changing needs of our clients, Big Island Movers is your go-to for professional, prompt moving services. Give us a call today, 209-522-5959, 209-522-5959, or BigIslandMovers.com. Big Island Movers, Kaimana, wanna move ya. Well, when Dan Velasquez and Devin Bass are picking up big yardage, the Modesto Pirates offense is tough to stop. And that drive exemplified it. You could have a kindergarten book and call it Run, Danny, Run. He certainly did there. His big 54-yard run culminated a 5-play, 80-yard drive, and the Pirates lead 27-9. DJ Johnson, and he's tackled by number 23, Andre Sherman, who's done such a great job this year on the kickoff team. And the Pirates playing right now with a lot of confidence. And Velasquez, now last week the keys to the game were Velasquez and Bass to get 100 yards rushing each. Well, that key has come in 1 week late. Well, almost. Velasquez has got 98 yards rushing, and I believe Bass is at 105. We'll get that later. But those are good statistics. And the best statistic of them all is no statistic, and that means no turnovers. When you commit 5 turnovers and you come back and you play turnover-free football, that's a credit to the coaching staff and the players buying in and understanding that they need to play clean football. And the defense, the stop on the inside their 20-yard line after the muffed punt snap is a big turning point in this game for the Pirates. And if you're Chabot here, you still can stick with your game plan. You don't need to throw the ball every down. And Pelcher back to pass, and he's scrambling. And that ball's incomplete. But they're going to call at least 4 linemen illegally downfield. But that play really shows the discipline, what Modesto is showing tonight. Paul Freoff was in a position to try to be a hero. But if he would have been a hero, try to be a hero, he would have been a 0 because Pelcher would have run outside of him. He broke down at the line of scrimmage, and Pelcher had nowhere to run. Then he had to run to his left. The defense is there to stop him. They get the throw out of bounds. They get the penalty flag. That's as good as a sack, and Freehoff doing a really good job right there. Will show nowhere in the statistic sheet, but as a football coach, I appreciate him making that play and breaking down in space. And you have that tendency, if you want to get upfield, you want to make a play, but you got to play with your head. And Mustafa Johnson, his efforts there were awarded. So it's 3rd and 10, and this is where Huddleston and company like to come off the edge. But see if they'll go into coverage here. Huddleston's creeping along the line of scrimmage, and yes, indeed, he's coming. And they get home. And the Pirates with the sack and the stop. I don't know who got the sack on that play, but the Pirates, Huddleston, coming off the edge, left the inside route for the defensive line open, and they get the sack and they get off the field, and they're going to get great field position after this punt. Hines with the fair catch. And that ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line. And here's the last play. We just talked about him trying to not be a hero and playing along the line of scrimmage. Well, that time, Paul Freehoff got up, or actually Mustafa Johnson got the sack. Bass with the 4-yard gain on first down. And that play was run before the chains were set. And going into this game, they wanted to bring in an extra offensive lineman, and that's what they're doing. And they're running behind Voss-Savo, and Bass continues, but he fumbles, but I believe the Pirates recovered. Bass, who fumbled twice last week and has turned the ball over 4 times on fumbles this year. And we've got a flag on the field, and we got a personal foul, hands to the face on Modesto, and that play will be nullified and march back. So it'll be, when it all gets measured off, it'll be second and 20, I believe. Maybe 22. And the Pirates will have a second and long here. Velasquez back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and just holds on to the ball too long. And Chabot with the sack. Osborne Sutuni with his 4th sack of the season. And that time, they were trying to time up a route, and wasn't much there, and Sutuni got good push up the middle, and I believe that's the second sack the Pirates had given up. Now, they gave up 7 last week, and which is alarming because prior to that they had only given up 6 sacks the whole season. Velasquez up in the pocket, and he's sacked again, back-to-back sacks for the Gladiators, and what looked to be a fairly promising drive nullified by penalties, and it'll be 4th down, and Johnston will come in. Now, the last time the young man was in here, he couldn't handle the snap, and the Pirates gave the ball up inside their own 15-yard line, but the defense got the stop. See what Johnston does here. That is a short kick that doesn't even make it past the chains for a 1st down. And it'll be spotted at the 36-yard line. Now, when that ball's rolling on the ground, Chabot is yelling out Peter, and I don't need to explain that at home. But you don't want to be near that football. You want to run to the sideline, because you don't want to touch that football and create another turnover. But Chabot gets the stop. They get off the field on 4th down, and they'll take over on their own 36-yard line with, as we near the 7-minute mark here, remaining in the 3rd quarter. I'm Chris Babcock. Thanks for streaming in on NorCal Sports TV, the stream at home of Modesto Junior College football. And we've got a procedure on the interior of the Chabot offense. Next week, Chabot will take the long trip down to Visalia next Saturday. And the Pirates will make their 2nd trip to the East Bay consecutive weeks on Friday night, and they'll play at Laney. The voice of St. Mary's College basketball, Alex Jensen, will be subbing in for me as I will be in Danville for my Mustangs taking on Cal High. Malik Henderson on the smoke screen picks up the 1st down, and the clock will wind. We've got a fumbled snap, and I believe Pelcher might have come up with that, but we'll see what happens after they unpeel this pile. And, folks, I've been on the bottom of those piles. There's nothing good that happens there. It's not for the faint of heart. And it's really tough when they don't get as much. You don't get the mud football games that we had back in the 80s because you have a lot of plastic turf fields. But you're on the bottom of the pile and you got a face mask of mud and water. It's a panic situation. Pelcher back to pass. Little hitch route that's dropped by Henderson would have only picked up about 4 yards anyway. So it'll be 3rd and 14. Now, the last time they were in this situation, Huddleston came off the edge, and Paul Freoff had good push up the middle, and he picked up the sack. And see what the Pirates have dialed up here. 2-by-2 set for Chabot. Sprint left. Pelcher throws the deep comeback route, and that is complete, but is going to be short of the line to gain. But I would imagine in the situation, Chabot's going to go for it. And that completion was to number 14, Austin Kamel. It's 4th and 2. And the Pirates looking to get a stop on 4th down. Chabot's going for it. Might be a bootleg right here. And that's what they had called, but a legal procedure. And now I believe Chabot is going to punt. Well, if you haven't played offensive line, it's not easy. And when you're holding in your stance for that long and you're waiting for the coaches to make the call, it's tough to hold your water. You get antsy. And what happens is you get the leave an early Shirley penalty, and it's march back, and it's 4th and 7, and the Gladiators are going to punt. And Hines with the fair catch, and he gets it on the 22-yard line where Modesto will take over. American Asphalt has been serving Northern California for over 30 years. American Asphalt takes great pride in making every job their best job. When you contact American Asphalt, saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV, please call 800-541-5599, 5559, or reach us at AmericanAsphalt.com. American Asphalt, taking care of business. 1st and 10 for the Pirates in white at their own 21-yard line. Another little stay screen to Michael Thompson, and he's battling, and there comes the yellow hanky thrown with the pride of a fly fisherman. It's cast. So we'll see what the call is. And that penalty goes against Chabot. And Chabot has really struggled this year in the second half. They've had a number of games where they're 14-7 at half, they're 14-7 at 14-6 at half, but then they're not finishing the game. Devin Bass picks up 18 yards on that first down run, but I believe Bass is down on the field. That's not good. He's now well over the 100-yard mark, and that's the 5th game in a row for Devin Bass. Over 100 yards. Meeting rooms on demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms with rates as low as $40 an hour and seating capacity up to 50. We provide unprecedented value for small businesses. Locations in Fremont, Castro Valley, Fresno, Las Vegas, with new locations coming soon to Modesto. Reach us at meetingroomsondemand.com and tell them you saw this ad on NorCal Sports TV for a 50% discount off your first rental. Unprecedented service and value, meeting rooms on demand. Oh, down on the field is quarterback Dan Velasquez. And that'll bring in, I believe, number 12, Joseph Sheldon. I thought it was Bass who was hurt, but I was corrected, and it was Dan Velasquez. But it looks like Tiki Tonga will come in at quarterback, the versatile athlete for the Pirates. And he's been banged up this season. I would expect Bass left, Bass right here as the clock continues to roll. Beeman with the run, and we'll try to get a report, an injury update on Dan Velasquez. 2nd and 11. Tiki Tonga in at quarterback for the injured Dan Velasquez. Speed option right. Beeman picks up 5, picks up 6. It'll be 3rd and 5. And I would imagine that the Pirates are in 4-down territory here. So they'll continue to grind out yards via the running game. Tonight, Laney beat Fresno 30-23. And as we mentioned, Modesto will be at Laney next Friday night. The game will be streamed live here on NorCal Sports TV. Beeman picks up nada, and it's 4th down. And decision time here for the Pirates. Now, with Velasquez out of the game, it kind of limits their options because Velasquez could short kick here. Now, I don't see if Tonga has that with the little pooch punt. Maybe they'll try to draw the Gladiators offsides. I'll watch the official and see if he starts doing the hand count. That means the play clock. Speed option right. Bass picks up the 1st down. Big run for the conversion on 3rd down, or on 4th down rather, for the Pirates. That speed option right, and Bass nearing the 140-yard rushing mark for the night. Inside run to Beeman. Actually, I believe it's Prius. And they pick up a couple of yards. And Chabot put up 9 points in the first quarter, but have been held scoreless since. Second and 9. 3-by-1 set for the Pirates. Little reverse to Lewis. Picks up a 1st down and more. Hard hit from the safety, but doesn't hurt as much when you pick up the 1st down. Lewis, in his first start for the Pirates, comes around on the reverse, and we've got a Gladiator down on the field. We watch the replay of this, or no replay, but a little run left, and Lewis came around on the reverse, got the pitch, and pushed up the field and got the 1st down. And that's a nice contribution and going to build that young man's confidence as he moved the chains. Modesto Junior College football is brought to you by Big Island Movers, your go-to for prompt and professional moving service in Modesto and beyond. American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 30 years in Northern California. Heck, our offices are just around the corner. Meeting rooms on demand, great value and rates in the Bay Area and Fresno, and our new site in Modesto. Please thank and support our sponsors. Moe Moalo was the defender for the Gladiators, was hurt, and he's being helped off by the training staff of the Gladiators. And Velasquez is back in the game for the Pirates. Not much to gain there. Now, so often in this situation, the Pirates have rolled out right. I'd like to see him throw a little wrinkle and sprint left. The thing you don't want to do is you don't want to take a sack here and get yourself out of field goal range. As we close the 1 minute mark, a little quick screen And that is Michael Thompson with the touchdown. Good blocking out front by Greg Hickman. Velasquez to Thompson. And the Pirates score again as they lead 33-9 as Bravo's on for the extra point. And the screen game, which is not really developed this year, has been a great asset for the Pirates tonight, not to mention Velasquez and Bass picking up big yards on the ground. The kick is good, and Modesto leads Chabot 34-9. American Red Cross help people affected by the California wildfires. Your donation enables the Red Cross to prepare for, respond to, and help people recover from these disasters. Call, click, or text to give. Visit redcross.org, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or text the word CA Wildfires to 90999. And I'm proud to say at American Asphalt, where I've been a proud employee for over 13 years, that we made a donation of $3,300 last week, and now I've got another $1,300 worth of checks that we'll be delivering next week, and we're proud of that as our owner lost his house up there, and we've rallied on his behalf. 10-play, 78-yard drive, 14-yard run by Jonah Lewis set this up, and we've got a touchback, and Chabot will take over.
He just got the wind knocked out of him. He's going to play the rest of the game.
Okay. Well, Velasquez's injury was not serious. He had the wind knocked out of him, caught his breath, took off 3 or 4 plays, and one play he took off was a big reverse run by Jonah Lewis, and then a Velasquez to Thompson pass, and Modesto leads 34-9. Toe with a 5-yard run inside as we close the third quarter. Easy for me to say. Be 2nd and 5. Two dancing a lot, and unfortunately for him, he's met rudely in the backfield. Mustafa Johnson and company with another TFL. And talking to Coach Stivers this week, just didn't want to put his defense in bad positions, and as the offense did so often last week. Well, the goal so far is accomplished as we close out here the third quarter, as the Modesto Pirates lead Chabot 34-9. Modesto Junior College Football is brought to you by Big Island Movers, your go-to for prompt and professional moving services in Modesto and beyond. American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 30 years in Northern California. Meeting rooms on demand, great values and rates in the Bay Area, Fresno, and our new location in Modesto. Well, Chabot got on the scoreboard and led 3-0. Then a Prius 1-yard run made it 7-3, and then a touchdown and a missed extra point by Chabot made it 9-7 at the close of the first quarter. Then 4 consecutive touchdowns unanswered by Chabot. Bass, and then Velasquez to Thompson. And Devin Bass with 11 touchdowns rushing this season, 5 games consecutively over 100 yards, and he has been a great asset. And how does he get those yards? The big fella's up front blocking for him. And the strength of this Pirate team. Pelcher splits as Huddleston gets the pressure. Statistically for Chabot, 81 yards rushing. They only had 7 yards rushing in the third quarter. And 101 yards passing, 0 for 8 on third down, 1 turnover, and time of possession 21-33 as the Gladiators will come on to punt. Modesto, 248 yards rushing, 103 yards passing, 4 for 12 on third down. And here's the important stat or non-stat of the day for the Pirates after last week's 5-turnover game. No turnovers. Hines with the fair catch, and the Pirates will get their first possession of the fourth quarter on the Gladiator 45-yard line. Lewis with the bubble screen, and he picks up 7 yards, and he's made some nice plays in his first college start, and the screen game openings and will help next week against a very tough Laney defense. And the Pirates have got a number of nice plays and first downs off these screens, and there's another one. Josh Taylor with the catch, and he'll move the chains once again for the Pirates. 2-by-2 set, Velasquez and the quarterback, speed option left, and Bass runs through a tackler and picks up 3. It looked to be a loss, but Bass lowered that shoulder, which we've seen him do so often this year with that nice forward lean, and picks up 2 yards on what appeared to be a loss. Inside run to Bass, and picks up 3 yards. And Bass is 27 carries, now 140 yards and 3 tugs, 3 touchdowns. Thanks to our statistician Darren Souza from Modesto, always been helping us out all season long. As the Pirates work a little clock, 2-by-2 balance set. Velasquez back to pass, and he's sprinting to his right, and he just throws this ball out of bounds. Nothing wrong with that play versus going and throwing it late over the middle or across his body. Just throw it and kill a couple of ground squirrels and live for another play. But we do have a penalty flag on the field. Yeah. Well, it can't be an eligible receiver downfield on the defense. I believe that was ruled against. That was against the Pirates. See, when a quarterback scrambles like that, you kind of lose, especially Velasquez, who has a sense of going back 25 yards, coming back, going back, moving back and forth. You lose a sense of where you are in the field, and you cross that line of scrimmage and you throw the ball, and you're given about a 3 to 4 yard wiggle room, but that time guys were 5 to 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 10. And Noah Prius in the backfield. Velasquez steps up in the pocket and throws a ball over the middle that goes incomplete. Needed to throw that ball on the outside of the hash mark, and I think he might have had the receiver there. But I do like when Velasquez throws the ball on time. You'll work on his accuracy, but when he's throwing the ball on time, it keeps him within the concept of the offense. There's what he does best. Little short pooch punt, but no coverage for the Pirates, and it'll only be a 22-yard net punt. And it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Chabot, and they'll take over on the 20-yard line. The Pirates held Chabot to 20 yards of offense in the third quarter. Bunch of guys in motion, but it just ends up being a run. I believe that's Keon Suber with that carry. Short gain on first down, 2nd and 7. Laney beat Fresno City, so the Pirates will be making another trip back to the East Bay next week against a 7-1 Laney team. Pelcher sprints to his left and picks up a short gain, and it'll be third and 5 for the Gladiators. And Modesto has done a much better job of punting the football tonight. And Velasquez, part of that game as well. Pelcher, the curl route for a first down to Malik Langham. Didn't have any catches last week. He's had a couple tonight. He's on the season 28 receptions, over 260 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But MJC, 5 punts for an average of 35 yards. Coming into the game, it only averaged 26 yards a punt. Suber with his second carry on this drive with the short gain, if any, and he picks up 4 on first down, rather. It's 2nd and 6. Huddleston did a nice job there defensively. Chabot wanted to sprint left, but Huddleston got up the field, turned that play back inside, and was a 3-yard gain, but he prevented the sprint left. And it looks like Huddleston's going to come off the edge once again. A lot of guys coming. It's a jailbreak and a sack for the Pirates. They sent everything but the kitchen sink on that play. Never had a chance to develop. And the Pirates get another stop. And when you're up by 25 points in the fourth quarter, that's a defensive lineman's dream and a defensive coordinator's buffet. Be able to dial up blitzes, stunts, what have you, to get after the quarterback, knowing that they've got to throw the ball to come back into this game. Hines back deep, short punt. He's not going to field that, and the ball will be down at the 21-yard line where Modesto will take over. Big Island Movers, for over 10 years, we've provided friendly, reliable moving services in Central California. With over 30 years of moving experience and a wide range of services to meet the ever-changing needs of our clients, Big Island Movers is your go-to for professional prompt moving services. Give us a call today, 209-522-5959, or BigIslandMovers.com. Big Island Movers, Kaimana, wanna move ya. I believe one of the officials was caught up on that last play, but he appears to be okay. And the Pirates will take over. Third downs tonight. Modesto getting off the field. Speed option left. Beeman picks up the first down. Chabot is 1 of 11 on third down, and that's the Pirates dialing up blitzes and getting push up front. They're 1 of 11. MJC is 4 of 13. 3-by-1 set for the Pirates in white. Dan Velasquez missed a couple of plays after he had the wind knocked out of him. But he's back in there. Big push that time by Chabot. Number 53, Raheem Patterson, with the tackle. A lot of penetration up front. And a lot of, I think we've got some fresh faces on the offensive line for the Pirates. Typically don't see that much penetration. The thing you want to do is keep 4 upright. Don't let him take any unnecessary hits. And sometimes he brings that on himself when he scrambles. Velasquez throwing over the middle, late over the middle, and that's intercepted. Devin Vanuku with the interception. Well, there's a rule as a quarterback, don't throw late over the middle. And on top of that, don't throw late over the middle when you've got a 25-point lead. But the pass was thrown, and it was intercepted by Chabot, and they'll take over on the Pirate 24-yard line. That's the one you would prefer the quarterback just to eat or throw away. And sometimes the mentality that every play is a parade, meaning every play is a potential touchdown, you've got to play situational football. 2-by-2 set for the Gladiators. Pelcher back to pass. And he's got a man wide open. But then it's intercepted in the end zone. What number? Taiwan Jordan with the interception. But I don't know if you heard the Modesto coaches next door. Stay in the end zone. And you get the ball out on the 20. But he got the interception. At the start of the play, the receiver's open. But he waited too long, and the coverage caught up. Right there, you just want to take a knee. But he has bigger dreams than that. And he's tackled, and that'll go over in film review on Monday. And it's always easier as a coaching staff to go over lessons when you win versus lessons when you lose. Inside run goes nowhere. And this is a part of the field where it's not as well lit as the middle of the field. Under 7 minutes left here in the game. Pirates lead 34-9. Velasquez back to pass. A deep ball to Michael Thompson. He comes up with it, and it's a catch. Now, Michael Thompson makes that play with the over-the-shoulder catch, gets a foot down or two, and it's a first down, and that might be the last pass play of the game for the Pirates. And if it was, it's a dandy from Velasquez to Thompson, thrown on time. That's Savo in the backfield as an H-back, bringing in a little beef. And we are anticipating the Pirates to run more of that set than they did this week, or they did tonight. Savo leading the way for Bass, who picks up 7. And it'll be third down, or be 2nd and 8 for the Pirates. Lewis in motion, Bass up the middle, and picks up another 7 yards. Bass, 3 touchdowns tonight, give him 11 rushing touchdowns on the season. His 5th consecutive 100-yard rushing game, as we'll bring the final statistics after the game. Lewis again in motion, and the Pirates run the same play, and Bass, short game, but I believe he's going to get enough for a first down. It'll be 4th and short. And number 83, Jonah Lewis, with his first start tonight, has done a good job. He's caught a couple of screens, ran a reverse. A nice contribution for him, and going to need those same type of performances next week against Laney, as the aforementioned Lewis with the jet sweep and picks up 9, enough for the line to gain, and it's another first down for the Pirates. With this victory, the Pirates will move to 2-1 in the conference, and next week they'll come to the East Bay to take on Laney, who's undefeated in conference and 7 wins on the season. And Coach Beam and company always have good football teams, and proudly every Monte Vista Mustang we've ever sent to Laney has always got a scholarship to play in a 4-year school. And unfortunately won't be at that game, but the voice of San Mateo, of St. Mary's College basketball, Alex Jensen, will be bringing you the action. Pirates in 4-minute offense right now, which you just want to gain first downs and move the chains, work the clock, and get out of here safely. 3rd and 6 for the Pirates. And have only turned the ball over once tonight compared to 5 turnovers last week. Beeman with the carry, and it'll be 4th and 5, and the Pirates will go for it after they go dairy and milk this clock here. Velasquez to Taylor, and we've got another injured player on the field, and that play was gained enough for a first down. Ball spotted on the Chabot 29-yard line. Two minutes and 14 seconds left as the clock winds once again. Beeman shuffles and dashes and dips to get 7. Back on offense. And when you run this Temple offense, it's sometimes tough to work the clock because they're really not used to it. Beeman tackled at the 5. Little inside run by Beeman as his stats continue to climb. I know the Pirates will be well over 300 yards rushing for the night. And touchdown, Modesto. Cameron Beeman awarded for his work on this drive with the 5-yard touchdown. And Bravo will come in to kick. The extra point to make it 41-9. And the kick is good. 13-play, 98-yard drive. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. The big play was a 40-yard pass from Velasquez to Thompson. And Beeman with the 5-yard run. And it's 41-9. For the Pirates. Keys to coming into this game was time of possession, field position, and for Modesto, Coach Stivers, I just want to score one more point than Chabot. Well, they've done that and then some. But basically, they had some new guys in the lineup. They've had to go deep in the depth chart. And those guys did a good job tonight. Specifically, statistically, Jonah Lewis with some nice contributions rushing on jet sweeps, a reverse, and a couple of screenplays. Coach Fanini protect the quarterback, which they've struggled at times tonight. Get off the field on defense and win the special teams battles. Well, they Big mistake by Modesto to start the second half on the fumbled snap exchange, but the problem for Chabot is they never took advantage of it. And since then, it's been all Modesto. Saru Ona with the carry, picks up 4 yards. Under a minute left here in Hayward. He gets a carry, and that goes nowhere. And number 91, Jesse Flores, starting for Big Rob Luckett tonight, makes another tackle. And I would imagine this will be the last play of the game. After the game, we'll give a quick recap of the score and then some final statistics. Yeah. Well, that's the ball game as the Pirates pick up their 4th win of the season and move to 2-1 in the conference with the 41-9 win. The scoring, Chabot got the field goal that opened the scoring, and then Prius with the 1-yard run. Then Pelcher to Adams for Chabot, but the extra point was blocked. It was 9-7 at that point. Those were the last points that Chabot would score. Then Devin Bass for a 1-yard run. Devin Bass with a 2-yard run. Devin Bass with a 6-yard run, his 11th rushing touchdown of the season. Then Dan Velasquez to Michael Thompson for 11 yards. And then Mr. Beeman closed the scoring with a 5-yard touchdown run to make it 41-9. Modesto Junior College Football is brought to you by Big Island Movers, your go-to for prompt and professional moving services in Modesto and beyond. American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 30 years in Northern California. Meeting Rooms on Demand, great value rates in the Bay Area, Fresno, and our new location in Modesto. Next week, Chabot will make the long trek down to Visalia as they match up against College of Sequoias. And Modesto will go against the tough Laney College team, who is 7-1, ranked 6th in the state, and is 3-0 in conference. Well, Devin Bass, with his 5th straight 100-yard game, had 28 carries for 155 yards, and the previously mentioned 3 touchdowns. And credit Modesto for possessing the football tonight. Only had 1 turnover last week they had 5 turnovers and put the defense in a very tough position throughout the game. Give you scores of other games. San Mateo over City College of San Francisco, 42-31. Siskiyou over Sac City, 47-13. Foothill over Los Medanos, 27-6. Butte beat Sierra, 55-28. Last night, Santa Rosa with their first victory of the season, beating Diablo Valley College 24-20, and the most important score that affects Modesto is the Laney win on the road at Fresno City today, and that'll bring up our matchup next Friday on NorCal Sports TV. And we're trying to get Devin Bass, our player of the game, who, once again, 5 straight games, 100 yards. And last week he had 100 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving. And has just been a stalwart this season and a very big bright spot. And I know what he'll say when he's talking here is going to say our offensive line has been doing a great job. And we're waiting to get Devin Bass and our Daniel Burrell.
Great game tonight. You had 150 touchdowns. How big was this win after losing last week?
Thank you. Yeah, after the last week, because it was Fresno, and so we had to try to bounce back. So we get this win and try to win the next game.
You guys had a great rushing attack. Do you think this?
Yes, yeah, it can. We just have to keep working hard, getting down the field, not dropping the ball like I did twice. But yeah, if we keep doing good, we can win this season, throughout the season. My goal is trying to. My other goal is trying to hold on the ball, but it's not working out so far. But yeah, just helping out the team. Like that.
Okay, we appreciate that interview, and now we've got Modesto Junior College coach Rusty Stivers.
Okay.
We're going to the sideline because of audio issues. Yeah, it's on. Let's face this way.
Happy Modesto Junior College head coach Rusty Stivers.
Coming out of a 41-9 victory, I'm joined with Coach Stiver from Modesto Junior College. In the keys for tonight's game, you mentioned that you wanted to focus on running the ball. How well do you think your team executed that game plan tonight?
Well, we ran the ball pretty good. The one thing that happened tonight that we haven't done in a long time is we got a little tempo, where you get a good play and you're able to get back on the ball and run again. And usually when you get into a tempo, the defense has a hard time lining up, and you get a little momentum going, and that's kind of what our offense is supposed to look like. And it was the first time all season that we got to that, speeding things up.
What's the preparation looking like for next week's game against Laney?
Well, Laney beat Fresno, so they're undefeated in league. So we told our guys that we play next Friday night and we have a chance at a co-title at Laney. So it's kind of a big deal.
Well, thank you so much for your time and best of luck to you next week.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Stivers. And we're going to close up here from Gladiator Stadium, where Modesto beat Chabot 41-9. You've been watching NorCal Sports TV. Thanks to our crew, Chris Black, Joseph Yanez, Daniel Burrell, Dion I, and statistician Darren Souza. I'm Chris Babcock here in Hayward. Good night, and thanks for being on the show.